Hey, church family, it's Pastor Billy with your update on your newsletter. I'm going to be brief and quick today. Number one, men, we have our men's breakfast tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Jack's in Armuchee. Would love to see you guys there for that. Tomorrow night, our Wednesday night meal is the Allied roast with a gravy, potatoes, green beans, yeast roll. I think it's probably everyone's favorite meal that we do. It is the most expensive meal that we do, and so we don't do it as often, but it is absolutely delicious. So I encourage you to come. $5 is our request per adult, and of course, kids eat free. So if you want to come tomorrow night, we have our regular youth, children, and adult activities tomorrow night. So I encourage you to be here for that. This weekend is daylight savings time. I think ends technically. We lose an hour of sleep Saturday night, so make sure you adjust your clocks so it don't mess you up on Sunday morning, and just plan accordingly for that. And then Sunday afternoon, our ladies in grace, our sisters in grace, have a lunch meeting. If you have any questions about that, you can see Amy Johnson, and she can keep you straightened out on those things. Otherwise, I encourage you to look at the bullet points on the newsletter here below to see the other things that are going on pertaining to the church. And then I will remind you that this week is the week of prayer for Annie Armstrong. And so I hope that you're taking time to pray for our North American missionaries. This past Sunday, there was a prayer guide in your bulletin. If you got one, it walks you through a 7-day prayer week for our missionaries here in North America. And so if you don't have one of those and you want one, we've got some here in the office. This is mine. Of course, today being Tuesday, it's technically day 3 of the week. And so praying for our missionaries and for God to use them. And again, I'll encourage you, make sure you're praying about what God would have you to give to the North American Mission Board through the Annie Armstrong Easter offering. It's very important, very, 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 very important thing that we do as Southern Baptists. We are the largest mission sending organization that's ever existed, and the Annie Armstrong and the Lottie Moon offerings provide most of the funding to our missionaries who do that work every day. And Annie Armstrong, listen, a lot of people today say, I support international missions, but I wish we were doing more here at home. Here it is. These are men and women in North America, in the United States, working, living as missionaries among us, reaching inner cities and dark places, and it's good stuff. So please pray for them. Please see what God would have you to give, and do that as over the next couple of weeks. Lastly, just want to look towards Easter for just a moment. Palm Sunday weekend, that Saturday, we will have our Easter egg hunt for our kids. We've asked you guys to bring Easter eggs and candy. We got this Sunday and next to get that in, and then we're going to have a pack a night. But Palm Sunday, we will have a regular service that morning. That evening, we will have a packing party, if you will. We'll be taking care of the ministry bags that they use at Talladega Raceway. So we'll meet back in the all-purpose room that night and pack those bags. And then the week of Easter, one new thing we're adding is a drop-in communion service on Good Friday. You'll be hearing more about this in the days and weeks to come. We're actually going to work on some things for that today. But it is going to be a self-serve communion service. And so you will come here to the church. I think we've got it slated from 5:30 to 7. Whatever time's convenient for you, you'll enter the doors. We'll have the 7 sayings of the cross, the 7 things that Jesus said while he hung on the cross displayed. There will be some soft hymns playing, things like the Wondrous Cross and the Old Rugged Cross, and Good Friday appropriate hymns. And then there will be a cross in the center of the stage at the front of the room with the elements of communion there. And so you, husband and wife, single, family, however, you'll enter in, you'll go up into the cross, and there will be instructions and things there, of course, but you will take communion under the shadow of the cross and leave. And that's the extent of it. But it is a time for you to come in and see the cross, the empty cross, remember the sacrifice that Jesus paid on Good Friday, and then of course Easter Sunday will come in, and everything will be the celebration. And so I think it will be a very good thing to experience the layer of the grief and the death and the shame and the things that Jesus bore on Friday, and then come in on Sunday morning to He's alive. And so it's a greatest weekend of the year, and we wanted to do that Good Friday service. So we are having our breakfast. A number of men have started asking. Bill D. Hart is heading that up for us, but he needs help. If you're available to cook for breakfast on sunrise morning, please see Bill, volunteer, help us out with that breakfast, men. And then, of course, we will have service 10 a.m., no Sunday school on Easter Sunday. Looking forward to that. And then my last announcement. I said I was going to be quick. I had a lot today. Easter Sunday, choir special. There's a video down below. Any of you who want to participate, please feel free to do so. I will be knocking on doors. No, I will be recruiting folks to help us with Easter Sunday choir special. But the listening track is down below on the newsletter. So if you're part of the choir, listen to that. I will have CDs available if you would like one tomorrow night, and then we'll have a choir practice Sunday at 5 o'clock. So thank you. Hope y'all have a good week, and God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.